Leah is mentioned in the Quran in Surah Al-Baqarah verse 132, in the context of the story of Jacob and his sons. Leah was the eldest daughter of Laban, and she was Jacob's first wife. The story of Jacob and Leah begins when Jacob flees from his home in Canaan to escape the wrath of his brother Esau. Jacob takes refuge with his uncle Laban, who agrees to let him stay and work for him. In return for Jacob's labor, Laban promises to give Jacob one of his daughters in marriage. Jacob falls in love with Laban's younger daughter, Rachel, but Laban tricks Jacob into marrying Leah instead. Leah is described in the Quran as having weak eyes, while Rachel is described as being very beautiful. Despite the fact that he was tricked into marrying her, Jacob loved Leah. They had 6 sons together: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. Leah was a good and devoted wife, and she was a loving mother to her children. One day, Jacob decided to return to Canaan with his family. Laban tried to persuade Jacob to stay, but Jacob was determined to go. Laban eventually agreed to let them go, but he insisted that Jacob take his daughters and their children with him. Leah and her children traveled with Jacob to Canaan, where they settled in the land of their ancestors. Leah continued to be a loving and supportive wife and mother. She played an important role in the development of the Israelites, and she is considered to be one of the matriarchs of the Jewish people. The story of Leah is a reminder that God has a plan for each of us, even when things don't go according to our plan. Leah was tricked into marrying Jacob, but she made the best of the situation and became a loving and devoted wife and mother. God blessed Leah with 6 sons, who became the founders of 6 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Leah's story is also a reminder that God loves us all, regardless of our appearance. Leah was not as beautiful as her sister Rachel, but Jacob loved her nonetheless. God loves us all unconditionally, and we should love each other in the same way. The story of Leah teaches us several important lessons. God has a plan for each of us. Even when things don't go according to our plan, we can trust that God is working all things together for our good. We should make the best of our situation. When we find ourselves in a difficult situation, we can choose to be negative or positive. Leah chose to be positive, and God blessed her for it. God loves us all unconditionally. We should love each other in the same way, regardless of our appearance, social status, or any other factor. The story of Leah is a beautiful and inspiring story of faith, hope, and love. It is a story that teaches us that God loves us all unconditionally and that He has a good plan for each of us.